Welcome back to another episode of 6 Degrees of Film Degrees. This is our Christmas episode. I'm sitting here with Tessa and Eric. And
It's Christmas in August.
Christmas in August, just like when the fucking movie was released in March. But Eric, you're making funny faces over there.
It's just a funny intro.
It's fucking goofy. Like Ren's got a great fucking voice. I'm sorry.
Why doesn't he voice act?
He needs to. He sounds like the fucking Joker when he does that laugh.
Yeah, that laugh was good.
He sounds.
He definitely
He's
needs to
a very talented, very busy man.
Very busy man.
Very busy.
Very busy man. He's all right. He's been producing a lot of music, and the music that he's been producing has been blowing the fuck up.
Oh, good.
So he's busy.
Right.
Big stuff, big stuff.
And we're gonna have him on this next episode for
Yay.
Yay! In the past future. Sorry.
He's our celebrity guest.
Yes. Oh my god.
Rennie's so hot right now.
But yeah, today we're talking about the movie The Ref. That's why it's our Christmas episode. And not many people know about this movie.
I was one of them.
Yeah, nobody like It's odd me being the only person in the group that knows about this. Well, besides Perfume, but
Perfume was an oddball in itself, though.
Yeah, and that's my point. Like, it was a very strange movie, but this one, it's got Dennis Leary, and how I linked it from 21 to this was Kevin Spacey, and then Judy Davis, and then it's got help me, his debut movie role, J.K. Simmons.
Oh yes,
his very first role ever, and what was this? 1994. Technically filmed in 1993, so 1993 was his debut film
94
role.
Makes sense to why at least Tessa and I would not have seen it, because we're a little younger than you.
Right.
In 94,
old.
I know. Because I would have been...
I'm farting dust.
If it came out in March 94, then I would have been 3.
I was 2. Not even yet. In March of 90. Wait, March of 94 is when it came out?
March of 94.
Yeah, so I was about 1.5 years old.
I was 10.
Or as the moms like to say it, I was 18 months.
A week ago.
My kid is 58 months old. Sorry.
Right.
What's that translation in years?
But yeah, so we were both very young when this movie came out.
Yeah.
Well, and
but
I
I've
didn't
also
see...
seen movies like older than this plenty of times when I was younger as well. I just don't know why it didn't fall under the radar.
Right. Like,
Yeah.
I grew up with...
Okay, Jeff Goldblum.
Right? Fucking Abbott and Costello. I grew up on Abbott and Costello. And that's 50 years before
Yeah.
my time.
My favorite movie is Big Trouble in Little China and Captain Ron.
Right.
Those are 80s.
This movie, I think, I can't remember the first time I saw it, but it might have been on like Comedy Central or HBO or
I could see it being
something.
an HBO flick for sure.
It was a box office fucking flop. The like
Yeah.
major fucking flop. So they put it on all the channels. Like USA Up All Night or Comedy Central or HBO. Like, let's pimp this. Let's get some fucking worth out of it so people will buy DVDs and whatever. Okay.
So, The Ref is a dark Christmas comedy starring Dennis Leary, Kevin Spacey, and Judy Davis. It had a budget of $11 million, but, as been alluded to, it only made $11.4 million domestically.
Geez, that's rough.
That's rough, man.
Right, and it did not have a worldwide release.
No, just
And
domestically.
Dennis Leary was fucking pissed about this because they recorded the movie. He did a bunch of Christmas spots for it in 1993, and then it fucking doesn't get released. He was so mad at the studio for releasing it in March of '94. He was fucking angry, and I don't blame him. Like a Christmas movie in the middle of March.
Were they fighting for a spot during the Christmas release or anything?
It could have been. I didn't look up the Christmas releases, but I did look up the March releases. That's a good point. I should have done that.
Hey, I'm just taking what you've taught me through
Right.
this podcast about releasing.
Well, and
We're
I'm
learning.
I've been teaching myself, but the March releases go as follows. Okay, The Chase.
Okay.
If anybody remembers that,
Nope.
Charlie Sheen.
I know what it is.
It's a great movie. It's a great comedy. What's Eating Gilbert Grape?
That's
Okay.
a hard one to come into.
Okay, yeah.
China Moon with Ed Harris.
Okay.
I think you'd like that, Tessa, because it's about domestic assault and the woman getting revenge.
Oh.
And Ed Harris is because you being the big crime junkie,
I know.
I think you'd
I do.
fucking love that
I love
movie.
it.
It's worth a watch. It's slow paced,
Okay.
but there's a reason why it only made $3 million. Four Weddings and a Funeral with Hugh Grant.
I do love some Hugh Grant.
The Hudsucker Proxy.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of that one.
We've watched that movie.
Oh. Honey, we've
Yikes.
watched a lot
That's very true.
of movies.
Okay, so the next movie, or the last movie I have on this list, everybody knows this, D2, The Mighty Ducks.
I love me some Emilio, dude.
But out of this list, what movie grossed the highest?
It was either Gilbert or that.
Both wrong.
What?
The highest grossing movie was Four Weddings and a Funeral.
Oh, duh. Hugh Jackman, duh.
Hugh Grant.
Hugh Grant.
My fault.
$245 million. With like a $10 million budget, I think it was.
Holy shitballs.
But The Chase only made $7.9 million. What's Eating Gilbert Grape only made 10.
Ooh.
China Moon, I already mentioned, it only made $3 million. Hudsucker Proxy only made 11. They were right there with this movie.
Damn.
It fucking paid $11 million to make it. Got $11 million
11.4.
back. D2, The Mighty Ducks, is the next highest, but it's very small. It's only $35 million that they made
Really?
worldwide.
But
Did
Four
those
Weddings and a
movies-
Funeral?
Four Weddings and a Funeral, because all right,
That's
romantic
so
comedies.
much money.
Like, for one,
Yeah.
Hugh Grant was hot at that point.
Yeah.
he was the
still
hot commodity. He was.
is.
Americans were like, "There's a Brit! Oh my God, the British accent! It's so sexy."
He's handsome and smooth, and we like it.
He
Let's see his
speaks
dick.
the Queen's
He
English.
has nice,
Right.
thick hair. We like it.
So 245 million. That speaks volumes for what people were going to see in 1994.
They wanted
Yeah.
to feel good.
Right.
Yeah.
They wanted to feel good because times I don't remember 1994 that well, but maybe times were tough.
Ben was 11.
I was 10.
Oh, yeah, you were 10 when this came out.
Get it right. Don't age him.
He was 10 and a half.
My birthday is November 34th. Thank you.
Yep. Wow, I can't believe you put that out there.
Yeah, November 34th. Everybody knows that.
I've been hearing this joke for like 8 years now.
I know.
You got to get closer to the microphone, son.
I know.
Okay, so one thing before we get into this, I did want to mention, or a couple things, but the tagline for this film was, "They might be his hostages, but what they're doing to this guy is criminal." I thought that was
It is pretty painful, though.
Oh, man.
Oh my God, this is such an obnoxious family.
They are obnoxious, my God. But yeah, I can't believe that I had never seen this.
It was I guarantee it's because the studio fucked them, for one.
Yeah.
Two,
Yeah.
nobody wanted to see this type of movie at that time.
That's true.
Nobody, except for schmucks like us.
We wanted Hugh Grant.
Yeah. Oh my God, it's Hugh Grant. Yeah, Hugh Grant's fine and everything. The only movie I truly enjoy him in, though, is The Gentleman.
Okay.
Okay.
One thing that makes this great for me is Dennis Leary. Absolutely fucking love Dennis Leary and his rants, his legendary fucking rants.
Yeah,
But
there was those good rants.
There was a television spot that I until last night I forgot all about, but I remember seeing it after I watched it. I have it for you today.
Oh.
Ooh.
Here we go.
Hark how the bells, sweet silver bells, all seem to say, throw cares away. Ding,
Dear Santa,
dong,
the last time I wrote you, I was 8 years old. That was more than 25 years ago. I know it's been a long time, but you're my last hope. I just don't know who else to turn to. You see, this year for Christmas, I want the same things I've always wanted. Peace on earth, goodwill towards men, and a jet. A big, fat, silver, giant, jumbo 747 jet. Shut up! I'm talking here. According to my records, I requested the same items on the afternoon of December 1st, 1965. Guess what? They never came. What I get instead? Vietnam, the Brady Bunch, and John Denver. Thanks. I'm 35 years old. You know what I got for Christmas last year? Socks. I hate socks. White socks, blue socks, sweat socks, tube socks, tube socks. What the? I won't even wear socks. I'd rather cut the fingers off some gloves and stick those in my feet. You got a pen, Santa? Because I'm updating my list, okay, pal? I want bikes and booze and baseball cards, cash, cabbage, money, moolah. I want toys and trucks and some assembly required. I want the G.I. Joe with the Kung Fu grip. I want the 17 snot green glow-in-the-dark Frisbee. Frisbees. I want a couch, a chocolate couch, a big brown couch made completely out of chocolate so I can lay down, put my feet up, and start snacking. No Burl Ives, no Bing Crosby, no Herbie the Dentist, no Cindy Lou Who, no Sister Act 2, no Wayne's World 2, no Three Musketeers. Three Musketeers? I hate the Three Musketeers. I want it all, and I want it delivered to my house on the evening of December 24th, 1993, and if it's not there by midnight, I'm taking a hostage.
I fucking love that. Dude, I love his rants. He does it in every fucking movie. He does it in his stand-up.
It's great. It's his shtick.
It is a shtick. But
Yeah.
I remember seeing that on television like,
like almost like in shock.
What did he just
right,
say?
I'm a kid. I'm like,
What?
What? Did he just say he wants a chocolate couch?
I was one of those boys. He told me to shut up.
Yeah, his rants are great.
Legendary.
At least for me, because I haven't seen a whole lot of Dennis Leary movies myself. Like I've seen him in Demolition Man, so I understand the rants. And I think maybe a few other ones I have seen him in, where he does do that, where he gets all shock and awe about things. But it was actually nice seeing a movie where he was actually like main stage. I guess the movies I had seen him in, he was just more of a side character.
Right, and I think this is what, besides the show Rescue Me, he's always been just the side chick. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? He's never been full-blown front and center main character.
I forgot about that show completely. Rescue Me.
It was a good show. I didn't really get into it.
I remember hearing about it
but-
all the time way back when.
Yeah. But the best movie I think he's ever been in is Suicide Kings.
I don't think I've seen it.
I haven't either.
Oh my god, that will definitely be coming down the pipeline if I ever get the choice for Christopher Walken.
Christopher Walken. But yeah, I think that this movie also is 97 minutes long, so it's a shorter.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah, I think that was funny because Friday the 13th we talked about it's only 97 minutes long.
Yeah,
This one is also 97 minutes long.
well because we
I
were
feel
talking
like-
about the perfect length of movies.
No,
97
it was appropriate for this movie.
Yeah.
Right.
Again, it worked. I don't think if it was longer,
I feel like it would have fallen
would've
very
been-
short. No pun intended. It would have fallen very short if it was stretched.
yeah.
Right.
I
Almost
agree.
in the way that in the previous episode 21, it should have been a 97-minute movie.
That's the magic number, apparently.
Yeah.
97 minutes. That's where you want to be.
99
That's in the
minute
pocket.
runtime. Yeah.
It's in the pocket. So I actually found somewhere. I don't know if either of you saw this, but we mentioned how it was just released domestically, right? But I found a note, and I can't remember where the hell I got it from, if it was on IMDb or not, but it was retitled The Hostile Hostages, and it was released in the United Kingdom.
Yes, that is factual. I remember reading about that too. Hostile Hodges. Hostile hostages is now you're making me slur on purpose. Hostile hostages. Fuck it, I'm done.
Okay, we get it. The hostile hostages.
It's a more fitting name.
Say it 5 times fast.
Hi, snirkin snurts.
But yeah, so they retitled it that, and then they released it in the United Kingdom as Hostile Hostages.
Hostile hostages.
And then also in the
If
year
you say
2000,
hostile, it's a lot easier to say hostages after.
Hostile.
Hostile hostages.
It's a
Hostile hostages.
But yeah, in the year 2000, the American Film Institute actually included The Ref in its list of the 500 movies nominated for the top 100 funniest American movies.
Boom, bitch.
Boom. Top 100. And that was the millennium, man. In 2000,
Right.
like, that was the list, right?
The Y2K bug.
So yeah, it was in the top 100 of funniest American movies.
The world ended at that moment.
And then here we are in our simulation.
Yeah. This simulation sucks. Feel like I'm a broken Sims character. But yeah, on Christmas Eve, Lloyd, played by Kevin Spacey, and Caroline, played by Judy Davis, see their marriage counselor and fight the entire time. They fight the entire fucking movie. Meanwhile, Gus, played by Dennis Leary, attempts to rob a safe in a rich man's home, but sets off an alarm. His partner Murray gets spooked and drives off without him. Under extreme pressure, Gus then kidnaps a couple in their own car and orders them to take him to their home, due to the police's search party. The kidnapped couple incessantly bicker driving Gus insane. And this kidnapped couple, by the way, it's Lloyd and Caroline, Kevin Spacey and Judy Davis, if you didn't pick up on that. So the kidnapped couple incessantly bicker, driving Gus insane. He ties them up with bungee cords in their own house and calls the sleaziest bar in town to search for his partner, which is exactly where he finds him. Once he finds Murray, Gus orders him to steal a boat. And this is the end of Act 1. So he's got Lloyd and Caroline held captive in their own home, and they're coming back from this meeting with their marriage counselor, and they're just fucking pissed at each other.
Well, I want to bring it back to the marriage counselor. Did you recognize that marriage counselor?
I did not know.
It's Dr. Wang.
I can't remember his name. But
Oh, it's Jurassic Park. Yes, I did notice it. It's
Jurassic Park, and he's also in Oz.
Yeah, I just knew him as he's the genome scientist that creates the dinosaurs.
Yep, and he's the one who was like, he was helping them hatch the raptors. But
It's
yeah,
funny how he had
was
that
him.
small role in Jurassic Park, and then if you see the later Jurassic Worlds, he's like literally technically the main big bad.
Right, but in this, notice that he does not give two shits.
No,
He does not. He's just letting them fucking argue about penises and ears and the weird dreams she's having.
Yeah,
It's-
it is Dr. Wang.
Dr. Wong.
Yeah, so
yeah,
he doesn't give a shit. It kind of seems like he's given up on them, to be honest.
Oh, completely.
They just won't shut the fuck up.
Well, and foreshadowing, or not foreshadowing, spoiler alert, it takes the same animosity towards each other that they have towards each other to both of them to put them in check. Dennis Leary puts them in fucking check, and that's
Right.
what starts rejuvenating their relationship, even though they're fucking, like, it's getting worse and worse and worse before it gets better. But the fact remains that the marriage counselor did not give two fucks. Didn't care. It's like, I am so done with you cunts, but you pay me so much, so
Yep.
I'm going to
Right.
pretend to be interested, and that'll be $500.
Like, fine, I will sit here and listen to you guys just go at each other's throats for an hour, and then you're going to leave, and we've gotten nothing accomplished, but you're still going to pay me, so fuck it.
But Kevin Spacey is a fucking moron in this movie because he's sitting there yelling at Gozer. She looks like Gozer. Don't
does.
piss Gozer off.
Yeah,
Don't get me wrong. Judy Davis is a gorgeous, gorgeous fucking
didn't
woman.
look
But
great in
whatever
this
they did
movie.
with their fucking with her hair in this movie,
The hair is not good.
it's terrible.
The hair is not a good
Oh my
look.
god,
Poor woman.
Judy, you're a gorgeous woman. Why would you let them do that?
I don't know.
But at
maybe
the same time,
maybe they had to dumb her down so she could be next to Kevin
Well-
Spacey in this movie because he looks also pretty fucking weird.
He does. And then his hunch was really active in this movie. But my theory about her hair, in all reality of the situation, is she was the artsy fartsy type, for one. So they're trying to make her look like she doesn't care about her image. She cares about art. She
Right.
cares about philosophy.
I'm
She
gonna
I can
cares
see
about
that.
I'm gonna get this hair out of my face and my body and his
right.
focus. Yeah,
Like she chopped it herself.
Yeah.
yeah.
She doesn't care. Just get it out of her face, which I can respect. But at the same time, bitch, you look like Gozer.
Flat top. Yeah, she does.
It's not the best look.
you a god?
It's
No.
a choice. It's a choice.
Yes, I am a god. Remember, he finally said yes.
Die.
Then die.
So yeah, so they're kidnapped and they're being held in their house. And it doesn't really even try to, like, it doesn't seem to phase them at all in their argument.
Well,
No.
it does, and then it doesn't.
I
And
like
then it
how-
does, and then it doesn't. And then it does.
Like, are you guys forgetting that you're, like, I don't think I could continue to argue if I was being held hostage, but these guys managed to do it.
I like how when someone the Santa Claus shows up at the door with the fruitcakes. And,
Oh my God.
and then they go up there together and come back, and then they get because I noticed it right off the start how every time Dennis Leary got one of them alone, like their tone changed completely talking to him. Obviously, it's like
they needed somebody to talk to.
right, and even when the son shows up, and I thought it was just so funny right then and there how it seemed like she was almost like hitting on him.
Yeah, she was.
I was just like, oh, okay. What the fuck?
That's why Kevin Spacey was like, "You want to sleep with him?"
Oh yeah.
It's like, what? No, I'm afraid. I'm terrified. But my favorite part is like, I don't smoke. She just quit. And he looks at her and it's like, where are the cigarettes?
Where you hiding them behind the
He
painting?
fucking knew.
Yeah.
He knew immediately.
Yep.
And then like pushes him over in the chair. Where are they? But
I mean,
you're a
especially
fucking
with-
liar. And you lied about the fucking stop. You saw the fucking stop sign, didn't you, Lloyd?
I do love when he calls him out on that.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
you did
And
see
it's
it.
like, where are the fucking cigarettes?
I mean, it's true. I mean, you got to think about, like, all the stress that they're going through and they're fighting like this. There's no fucking way that she's actually quit smoking.
Right.
Not
And then-
right now.
And then notice she had 2 different hiding spots throughout the movie.
Smart woman.
Yeah,
Oh,
she
yeah.
had the one she initially says, like, they're the behind the
painting,
blah,
yeah.
blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the living room, when they're all in the living room arguing, she grabs another pack from behind something else. And
Yeah.
it's,
It's so
You got to have multiple
respect
places. It's
that.
the low-hanging fruit type theory, you know?
I don't blame her. I'm a smoker. Fuck. It's hard to quit.
Yeah.
back when smoking indoors was just like,
One of my favorite parts, this is a little rewinding here, but they're arguing. He's in the kitchen. He's trying to make a phone call.
yeah.
And he's like, they're arguing, and he just grabs the sink sprayer and
When he's talking to Murray,
yeah. So, is there a Murray in the bar? Sorry, no Murray. So, look for a, what does he say?
He
Low
says
life
he-
scum of the earth.
yeah,
Something like
yeah,
that.
yeah. He then they say, yeah,
It's like, huh, Gus? I figured that was you.
me.
But, oh, man.
He found
Gus,
him on the first try.
right. That was such an odd partnership. Like this
Yeah,
55-year-old dude that's super nervous. And then Gus, fast talking. Like, was he specifically just to get away? Or I'm wondering about their prior
they had to
robberies.
Right, there had to be some connection.
Yeah, but was he just? And that's my thing. Like, I'm thinking in my head their past. Like, are they literally in cahoots? Because he clearly knows him. He fucking
Right.
It's a friend of his, but at the same time, he knows him enough to talk shit to him, where Murray doesn't get upset. Murray's a pushover. It hurt me.
He's a car man.
He's such a
I ain't not a
cute
boat. I'm
old
not
man.
a boat man. I'm a car man.
He just wants to go to the bar and have a drink and be
Right.
done with the shit.
Right,
What are the 2 shittiest bars in town?
right. And they're arguing,
Then they're arguing
that.
about that.
That's right. I forgot about that. but yeah, they fucking bicker over everything. They're so annoying.
But then you get the cops, right? The cops are fucking stupid.
This is it's a
they
Bless their heart.
They called him the
moment.
chief. They called him the lieutenant. I think even his nameplate says chief, and then they call him lieutenant.
I'm talking about Raymond J. Barry.
I think that's his name.
Yeah, he's also a New Girl person.
Is he really?
He plays a homeless person, but he thinks that he's the future Nick Miller. And then because he like Nick Miller sees him outside, and he has the same exact hoodie on that Nick Miller does. And then he just anyway.
Well,
Gold. He's
So
also
the-
on the 100.
I don't think I ever saw that.
I've only watched a couple episodes.
A fantastic show.
But so the cops are idiots,
Yes.
and they're sitting there watching. It's a Wonderful Life, right? That's what they're watching, or is it Miracle on 34th Street?
I don't remember.
Wonderful Life, I believe.
I want to say it's a Wonderful Life. Whichever one has what the fuck is his name? Jimmy Stewart. You want the moon, Mary? Well, how about I throw a lasso around it and pull it down?
Oh my
Would you like
God,
that,
that's
Mary?
fucking, What is
The
that?
man in the window. He killed his wife. Oh.
You know the messed up part is I can think of Justin Long doing that impression to try to explain the exact same thing.
Right.
Trying to see if they knew what it was, but I can't remember what it was.
I think it's a Wonderful Life. But anyway, they're sitting there watching that at the police station, and the chief, well, I'll just call him the chief because that's what his nameplate says, even though everybody calls him the lieutenant. The chief walks in with the fucking tape, the surveillance tape, and he pops it in,
God.
and they watch it, and then they stop it because he's got a call from the district attorney, which I found out Connecticut does not have any DAs.
Really?
Yeah, it's called something else.
Yeah.
I do that type of research. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I'm glad.
Yeah, they
That's
don't
okay.
they don't have DAs. There's another name for it.
Yeah.
I forget. Lawyers are going to be like, what the fuck? But so he goes in, talk to the DA. They record over that shit. Well, how do you do it? And he hits record. It's like, no, that's not it. And then he changes the channel while it's still recording. It's like, you fucking
They record
dunces.
over the evidence.
Right. And then the DA's office comes back later to fucking pick it up. You have some evidence that belongs to the district attorney. And he just turns. He's like, 'cause he
These
just found out.
dumb fucks.
Just found out they recorded over it.
God, I don't
Okay,
miss
but-
videotape.
But listening to all the true crime podcasts and shows that I've watched, that shit has fucking happened
Well, I'm sure.
in real life.
Yeah.
How many times has it happened on purpose, though?
Oh, I'm sure a good handful.
Right.
Yeah.
These dummies didn't do it on purpose.
No,
but
they were just,
I'm sure
they
they're
were just dumb about it.
right. Pay somebody off enough.
Oh, that's like, I mean, there's been so many places where they say that the police station burned down.
Oh,
The evidence.
what?
The evidence locker. They said there was a fire. It's like shit like that. And then there was no fire. So where's the
What the
evidence?
fuck? What cities
yeah.
were these?
Oh, this is like the Memphis 3.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like it's actually coming up. I mean, it's been brought back into the limelight because they think they may have solved it. But yeah, the Memphis 3. That's what they were told. The police were like, well, the evidence was destroyed in a fire. For years, they went with the fire story, and then they look in the records, and there was no fire.
That's so fucking silly.
But yeah, I mean, it's shit like that. We're like,
What fire?
yeah, it really has happened.
We never said there was a fire.
You said it burned in a fire.
I'm willing to.
Yeah,
No,
not
we
here.
said we were having
set it
we
on
were
fire.
burning a fire in the back lot because it was Christmas
right?
in July.
Yeah.
in Memphis.
So this shit, like, I mean, it really does fucking happen. But these dummies they just didn't know how to work a fucking TV or a VHS tape.
VHS
apparently.
was so basic too.
Yep. Be kind, rewind.
That's hilarious. To think
But you're
about
gonna get taped over anyway. I used to do that to my dad. I felt fucking terrible.
giant bastard.
I just found a VHS tape that was recordable and I recorded over it. Like my dad's he recorded Columbo when he couldn't watch it, right? He'd be at work, so he'd have my mother, maybe his mother did it too, I don't know. My mother would record Columbo for him, brand new episodes of Columbo. I would tape over that shit. Not even thinking about it. I'm like 4 or 5 years old. I want to watch this, and I want to watch it over and over. I did that with his Columbo tapes, and I did it with one of his porns. He was not happy because I didn't know what porn was. I'm like 5, 6 years old, never seen a fucking clitoris in my life.
Clitoris.
I would hope not.
I recorded over the shit. Dad was not happy. So they're bickering back and forth, and then there's the knock on the door with the
fruitcake.
yeah, the Santa Claus. But then she takes him upstairs for the bandages. But then he notices the painting on the wall.
Oh yeah, because it was a famous painting.
Right. He's like,
Yeah.
you don't even fucking. This is sitting on your wall, and you're not even fucking appreciating
She
it.
offered it to him. She's like, "Do you want it?" Like, so I hate looking at it because I feel like his mom's looking at me all the time. you
Right.
know?
Yep. I would have been like, yeah, I'll fucking take it.
But she's
I'll
sitting
sell
there.
it.
But she's sitting there. I would have said the same thing. But she's sitting there, gab, 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 gab. And
If
he's like,
it
"What
was-
are we fucking girlfriends? No, get upstairs."
I mean, if it was a famous painting as he said it was, like, wouldn't that have been a cash grab right there?
Yeah, but I think he was more upset with him being a cat burglar and knowing the fine arts,
Right.
knowing what to steal. Mm-hmm. He was more upset that they didn't appreciate what they had. I think he was pissed off about that.
Oh, absolutely.
And Dennis Leary being Dennis Leary, everything's going to fucking piss him off. The two of them. Like, Dennis Leary, I think, is the only pure soul in this movie.
Yeah.
Is he pure?
Well, yeah, he's impure.
Comparable.
He's impure in his actions, but he's who he is,
Right. But he's
upfront about who he is.
That's what I was getting at. He's upfront about who he is. He doesn't hide his
That's
emotions.
true.
He doesn't do any of that. But that's the beauty of this movie because he gets everybody to be like,
Be
fuck
yourself.
this. I'm done hiding in the mask. Here I am, except for Mom. Because your mother's a fucking bitch, Lloyd. She was a fucking bitch.
She was a fucking bitch. He calls it as he sees it,
Right.
I do enjoy that.
Dennis Leary, like, shock reaction, the way he says shit is so fucking funny.
Right.
Your mom's a fucking bitch, Lloyd.
That's what I was surprised I'd never
right.
seen those.
But then it cuts to the family bitching about how they have to go to Lloyd and what's her name, Christina?
Lloyd and Caroline.
Caroline. They're bitching about how they have to go to Lloyd and Caroline's because they go every year. And
Yeah, because they're eating before they go because she's going to make
right?
dinner.
She's terrible at it. But this is before they even get to that restaurant.
That's so funny.
They're listening to the radio and they're talking. They hear the cat burglars on the run and blah blah blah. And the daughter asks some questions and how come they're doing this now? Like it's Christmas. It's like, well, the spirit of Christmas is either you're good or you're punished and you burn in hell.
Merry Christmas. I really just want to watch this at Christmas now.
Right. It's a good Christmas movie.
Oh, Dennis Leary would love you.
Right.
I want to do it. I like it.
We should email him.
I would love to email him.
How you doing, Dennis?
You've been one of my idols my whole life. I'm an asshole. Anyway.
So their son Jesse comes home from the academy and heads immediately to his room to stash his blackmailing of his commanding officer. Jesus Christ, kid.
J.K. Simmons.
Gus finds him and brings him in the master bedroom with his parents. Across town, the police are busy watching It's a Wonderful Life, while the lieutenant comes in with a surveillance tape. Also, we jumped a little bit, but that's okay. From the burglary. He gets a call from the county prosecutor and takes the call in his office. His guys accidentally copy over the surveillance tape with the movie It's a Wonderful Life. After receiving a call from the family, they decide to disguise Gus as the family therapist and leave Jesse tied up. I mean, he is blackmailing people, right? And he's a kid. Leave him tied up. Lloyd's family shows up for dinner, asking way too many questions for Gus's liking. So now, Gus is their therapist, and they're going to try and play this off. They're being held hostage, but nobody has to know, and Gus is their therapist.
Well,
and his name is still Dr. Wong.
Right. Even before that, though, the kid comes home and he starts stashing the money, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm like, that clever for blackmailing your superior officer. But at the same time, you little shit.
Stashed it at home. What did we say in the previous episode? When you got money, fucking stash it not where you're at.
Right.
Yep.
Because somebody's going to come fucking looking for
I
it.
also need to mention that immediately when Jesse comes home and he gets brought into the room with his parents and he kind of realizes what's going on, right? And Gus, like, he ends up getting the gun. Jesse gets the gun that Gus has.
Talking
Okay,
about this.
so Jesse has the gun and Gus is like, shoot me. Mm-hmm. And Jesse doesn't fucking do it.
Yeah.
Are you absolutely shitting me right now?
Let's pop him in the foot.
Like, I looked at Ben and I'm like, would you have shot him?
Absolutely, I would have shot him.
Because I'm sitting there like, shoot that motherfucker. Are you kidding?
Plus, he was just at military school.
Yeah. You fucking puss. You just get home
Hey.
and your parents are tied up.
I got an answer for this.
Your parents are tied up.
Right before this, he knew exactly who he was. He told this, you're taking hostages? This isn't your MO.
Right.
You're a cat burglar.
Yep.
You do this. And he knew all about him already. The kid obviously idolizes him. So in front of his parents, he wanted to act like the tough guy. He got the gun, impulse. We're being held hostage. Oh my God, I need... you're my idol. I can't shoot you. Yeah, that kind of thing. Because the kid's riffraff, right?
Right. That's like shortly after this, when they get alone, his tone, again, just like the mother, changes 100%.
I blame it all on the kid. It's Jesse's fault, the whole fucking
Could have
thing.
been done there, yeah.
I blame it on Murray for fucking bailing.
Murray just wanted a drink, okay? He didn't want to be involved
don't
in this whole
agree
thing.
to a heist
I don't know if
set
he
by
did.
the same people who created the Temple of Doom.
It kind of feels like Murray was forced into this.
Yeah,
I don't
but
know.
at the same time, Murray gets the best ending.
Yeah,
He meets a woman and falls in love.
that's true.
Good for him.
He had the best ending because all he needed to do was go get drunk, go find a boat, found a boat with a woman on it, fell in
sure
love,
did.
Called Gus and be like, hey, hot tail it over here. I got a hot date and a way out. Ding dang dooter.
I just want my parents to know, though, that I am not that kid. I am not Jesse, and if you were being held hostage, I would shoot that motherfucker.
Unless she watches way too much true crime bullshit. Don't fall for this.
Nope.
She would take the fucking killer's side in a heartbeat.
No, absolutely not.
No, these true
it
crime
was a
crafts, they put it in your head to react right away and don't hesitate.
Exactly. My thought when I was watching, I was so frustrated when I watched the scene because I'm like, fucking shoot him. Shoot him. Kill him. Don't fucking shoot his kneecaps out
And
playing
if you're
around.
scared to kill him, just fucking cap him in the fucking foot or the leg.
No.
What was Starkweather's girlfriend's
In the
name?
face. Oh. In the face.
Oh.
You shoot to kill.
What was Starkweather's girlfriend's name?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Tessa Thompson?
Oh.
I'm just kidding. I don't know if it was or not.
I have strong feelings about my family being held hostage, how I would handle it. If someone gave me, I'll kill you.
It depends on the family member.
Kill you.
No.
Sorry.
Anyone, I will.
She just keeps saying it.
I'm gonna fucking kill him. You're dead.
But at the same time, he laid it down. You know, like he gave. Well, no, he looked left or something, and then Gus grabbed it, didn't he?
Yeah, he gets the gun. He
hesitated.
missed his opportunity.
One of my favorite parts of this movie is a big slapstick moment. It's something happened where the smoke alarm starts going off.
Oh, yeah.
And he tries to jump on the chair, but it's that wicker chair that's very fragile, and his foot goes through it, and his chin hits the fucking
great-
thing, and boom. So he just gets up and he fucking shoots the thing.
Dude, oh, yeah.
Shoots the smoke detector.
I know that frustration.
It was the most. For some reason, when that happened, because the 1994 kind of spoke out right there, because you could tell that the smoke detector there's a attachment underneath to shoot it off.
Oh, bling!
Yeah, because it just shot straight down instead
And
of
you
just
could see the
imploding.
plate.
Yeah,
You can see the little explosion plate. Like, bling!
Yep.
back when people had wicker in their house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
I got a wicker chair right there. That thing's old.
Hey, look at that.
And that
I
one's
won't
painted white.
step in it. I'm not
Yes,
going to
it
step
is.
in it.
That was that's a family heirloom.
I think my mom still has some.
See, my
Wicker.
mom was about the wicker back when.
Yeah, it was a
Yeah.
thing.
It was fancy pantsy, especially
Yeah.
if it was polished.
People still have it outside a lot.
Ooh,
Oh, yeah.
outside
patio
wicker.
furniture.
Yeah, they're not comfy to sit on.
But that smoke detector, when he shoots it, it's the only time that he fires his gun in the whole film.
Yeah, the entire fucking time.
Just at the smoke detector.
Well, he really wanted to shoot mom. Jesus.
Yeah.
She's a fucking bitch, Lloyd. Sorry, it's so funny.
Dude,
But
Dennis-
so the family's eating their dinner at like a truck stop or something.
Yeah.
A truck stop restaurant. It's so fucking funny because they're like, what the fuck is her name? Judy Davis is a terrible cook.
Right.
yeah,
And
Caroline.
Caroline can't stand it, so they're gonna fill up. And I've been that family before.
Oh, no.
No, like my grandmother on my mom's side, my mom's mom, garbage fucking cook. My mom. The reason why my mom is such a good
Yep.
cook is because at
So
the
she
age
was
of
bad.
10, she said, "Fuck it, I can reach the stove. I'm gonna learn how to cook."
To this day, Miss J, Ben's mom, talks about this.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
She was so terrible. Like there was a night she was trying to spoil the family. She went and bought a live lobster. You know where this is going. Filled the pot up with water, put
She
the
did it
lobster
the
inside, and then
worst
salted
way.
it, and then turned the stove on, or the oven, or yeah, the stove on, the stove top.
The worst way that you could do it.
She's sitting in the other room and starts hearing this.
Because you killed it the slowest way possible.
That was the 60s. She died in 2008. From the 60s to 2008, never touched seafood ever fucking again.
That's terrible. That poor lobster.
She was traumatized.
Right. She traumatized herself. But
And the lobster's last few moments were
right. So
wait. I guess I'm confused. So she turned it on cold
yes,
Yes.
she put the lobster in
while
with
it
cold
was
water.
cold and let it turn to a boil with
Yes.
it in it.
So it's slowly boiling the lobster alive. Instead
we're
of like,
like-
you're supposed to drop him head first into boiling water. So-
Yeah.
yeah, so it just dies. Yeah.
But anyway, she was a terrible cook. Like even before that moment, she was just she could
I can't get that sound out of my head.
right.
I didn't even think they made sound.
Yeah,
oh
they
my god.
fucking
They
screech.
scream. They scream.
Do they really?
Yeah.
Yes. Even when you do it the right way, you'll still sometimes get a little bit, but if you do it that way, I mean it will last. I mean it's like a 15 to 20 minute slow death. Like
Right. Fuck yeah.
Now I'm never doing that. I'm never getting a live lobster.
we've made them. We made them with
At Paul,
Paul
and
and
Gabby's
Gabby's.
house.
Hi Paul and Gabby. Hi guys.
Hi guys.
God, we're just casually ruining everything today.
Right. So anyway,
Okay.
the family doesn't want to eat at the dinner, and I think it's fucking hysterical. But then they cut back to the family arguing, like they're tied up on the bed, and then the weird. You were gonna mention this, or one of you was gonna mention this. We
Oh,
talked
is it
about
the
before.
weird?
Like she's trying to wiggle loose, and she starts accidentally giving him a handy.
No,
Oh,
she doesn't.
when they're tied together.
They're like
when he like reties them together.
rubbing up against each other
Yeah.
because they're tied up together and they're trying to get free.
But he says something like, "Oh, careful where your hand is going." She's
Dude, he's such a
inadvertently giving him
weirdo.
a handy.
I'm so sorry, but like I cannot get down with Kevin Spacey in any sexual way. Like,
No.
he's so strange to me. He gives me the uncomfies.
Well, he's given me the uncomfies.
The uncomforties.
The uncomforties. With the cell phones, when I was your age, Frankfurt has only cost a nickel. He gives me I'm going to say that from now on. He gives me the uncomforties from fucking 7. Like, the moment I saw him in 7, I could not, no sexual,
Dude,
nothing.
He's just
I don't
an
like it.
uncomfortable person.
I don't like it.
Like,
He is an awkward man.
Kevin Spacey's boner gives me...
That's a chubby.
What does it give you, Tessa? Tell me more.
It just makes me dry up.
All close.
Makes me dry up like your
me
grandmother.
Oh, God. Like my grandmother's cooking.
It's so dry down
like
there.
walking in on your grandma in the shower.
It makes me want to cross my legs. Okay?
He's no Chris Hemsworth. That's for fucking sure. Or in the
I
next
can't.
episode, Hank Azaria.
Hank
With
Azaria,
the great
dude.
fucking glutes.
Oh, God. That's much better visual. Thank you.
You're welcome. Hank Azaria dancing like fucking
Ricky Martin.
Yeah, and he can't,
Ricky Ricardo.
But he has Ricky Martin moves.
but he can't walk in shoes for shit.
Nope.
No.
But God, that body is so much better. But yeah, okay. Getting back to Kevin Spacey's boner. I don't like it. Makes me uncomfortable.
Right.
It really gives me the heebie-jeebies.
You know what doesn't make me uncomfortable? Dennis Leary's fucking hair.
Oh, he does have nice hair.
I fucking love his
Yeah.
bright ass, and that's natural.
Right.
He
Bright
is
blonde. I used to be that blonde when I was a kid, and it started fading into this weird fucking sandy, I should be in mud type blondish color.
Ben has like blonde hair. That's what
Well,
they say now.
Ben, if it makes you feel better, I'm pretty sure inevitably you're just going to be a silver fox.
Yeah.
I fucking hope so. I want to be like my
You're gonna
uncle.
you're
My
gonna
uncle is
silver
pure
out.
white.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of like a darkish.
I'm in it to win it.
Brown
I
at
think
the
he's
tits
going to
'cause he
look like
doesn't watch-
Sam Elliott when he gets older.
Hey, dude.
Oh, 100%.
You see
You
it?
can see it in
I'll
your
fuck
face. I think your whole, you'll go. That.
No, my mustache will never be that full. I swear to God, it would never. If I,
mean-
I appreciate the compliment, and if that actually fucking happens when I'm like 50.
Take a quick cup.
So where were we in the movie?
It was when they were tied up
okay, we just
together,
finished-
facing each other, and she was inadvertently handying him.
Oh, that's
don't
right.
And it was
like
right before, because
it.
he was taking the kid to the other room, I believe, and they ended up talking in the hallway.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't like it at all.
You don't like him talking to the kid in the hallway?
I don't like Kevin Spacey, and I feel really bad.
Oh,
for,
the handy part.
for Judy
Yeah.
Davis.
Well, at the time she didn't know.
Either way, he's still a creep.
Yes and no.
You can't say that they didn't know he was creepy even in 94, because I feel like he looks a little like has to go introduce himself to people in 94.
Well, but at the same time, you're playing a character that is in love with that character. So you're just playing a role, and she's not actually grabbing his dick, or maybe they are. I don't know.
I mean, there's probably some
I
repressed
don't know.
shit, especially with that much angst in a marriage.
I just like
Right.
personally for me, if I were to watch this movie again, I would totally fast forward through that part because it gives me the uncomfies.
I didn't think of it like that. I just thought of it as an awkward scene where they're like, oh,
We're
they
not
still
trying to- we're
they
not
still
trying to-
love each other, but they still hate each other at the same time.
We're not trying to tarnish your movie. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
It's just Kevin Spacey's boner that I'm tarnishing. It makes me like, you know, when your shoulders come up to your ears and you're like, ooh.
That's what his boner looks like. I'm sure of it.
I can't. Ew. Ew.
With the hunchback and everything. When he is in full argue mode, he does that hunchback thing.
Angry
But anyway.
penis.
I can
Right.
go without
But
that
I just want to get
visual.
over that
I'm
scene.
sorry.
We keep talking about a mediocre scene.
I know.
Like something
That's
that has
true.
nothing to do with the progression besides them getting back together or starting to feel
It's
in
true.
love with each other.
Right.
You can shit on the movie all you want. I didn't make the movie.
No, I actually enjoyed the movie.
I did too. But yeah, we already covered the part where the cops record over
Yes.
the fucking surveillance clip.
Bunch of dummies.
Oh, they were, yeah, bless their hearts. So yeah, they have family coming over and they're like, fuck, we're being held captive and we somehow have to convince them that Gus is supposed to be here.
Well, and he was like, well, just fucking cancel it. He's like, what? We could just.
They're on their way.
Yeah.
They're already on the road. And it's 94.
So, well, because I was say right before they got to, because they had to call when they were near just to forewarn, or their last stop before they got there.
I remember in 1996 asking my mother how much fucking money that was. She's like, it's $600 a month.
Jesus.
For a cell phone?
So yeah, in 1996.
That's
Holy
insane.
But she had
shit.
her company was paying for it, but
Okay.
it was she had to have it for work.
Yeah.
And it was the big block with the fucking you had to pull the thing. It was like holding a brick in your hand. Like, hello.
Yep.
Dude, anytime I see those, I just think of Night of the Roxbury when they have that thing and they're doing the pound sign, the beepers.
God, technology's come a long way, huh?
God, what a short-lived stint that the beeper had.
It did.
No, dude, it had 40 years. It's still going.
Do people still use beepers?
Yes. Hospitals.
Oh, that's true.
They got their own phones. At least the last one we were at, they have like these little kind of
You
like
know what?
brick
That's
phones that they use that they just call and it's their own personal line.
Let's Google this then.
Yeah.
Do hospitals still use pagers?
Nearly 80% of hospitals still use pagers, according to a recent study in the Journal of Hospital Medicine.
Oh, okay. So they're still using pagers. In some places, not everywhere, but interesting.
I
Learn something new
stand
every day.
corrected yet again.
In that article where Google stopped, it said pagers started in 1950.
Holy buckets. Wow.
Right.
70 years of pagers.
Fuck you. That's a long time.
That is a long
Never
time.
mind, in the short stint, 70 years, whatever.
Learn something new every day.
Right?
So they call the family. They don't have cell phones, or that the family calls them rather, because they don't have cell phones and they can't get a hold of them, so they can't cancel and blah blah blah. So
it's happening. They're coming over.
right, whether you want it to or not.
Yep, it's happening. So what the fuck are we going to do?
So they get there and Gus pretends to be the family therapist. It's Dr. Wong. Wong, you don't look like a Wong. Well, my mother was Irish. And your father wasn't.
I love it.
Right. Who is this man?
Yeah, they start asking all of these questions.
They're just prodding and prodding and prodding. And the only ones that are asking like appropriate questions are the kids.
Yeah. They're
Even
trying to be polite.
Yeah, but at the same time, there's like they're playing them off like they're asking the inappropriate questions.
Right.
But they're asking the right question.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And notice who was left untied and got to gag Grandma at the end of the movie. The kids.
Oh.
You guys don't remember that?
Oh, yeah.
The kids were left never mind.
Sorry. Brain fart.
Right.
I'm like, no, Jesse was tied up. No, he got out. No, does he do it?
He didn't get out till the end.
That's right. Okay. Okay, so that now.
But he'd been tied up the whole time and then still idolized Gus.
I know.
That's why he didn't shoot it.
Shoot
He didn't
it.
shoot it?
Shoot it.
He didn't shoot
He didn't shoot.
Minnesota. Minnesota.
He didn't shoot it.
Oh, jeez.
He didn't shoot him. God damn it. The family begins opening presents as turmoil builds between Mother and the rest of the family. Once Lloyd finally stands up to his mother, the doorbell rings. Jesse's lieutenant is the one ringing the doorbell. Ruh-roh. Gus reveals he is not a doctor and has Lloyd's niece and nephew tie up the family. Lloyd and Caroline go to check on Jesse and find him packing his money. He threatens to run away, but Caroline consoles him as the doorbell rings yet again. The neighbor, dressed as Santa, attacks Gus, but is quickly knocked unconscious. I'm also pretty sure he was
I just knocked out Santa Claus.
inebriated at that time. Santa was. The police show up to do their check, and Lloyd produces a plan for Jesse to take Gus, dressed as Santa, through the woods to get away. Lloyd and Caroline pretend to be tied up as the police come in, arguing where Gus said he was going, luring them away. Gus makes it to the dock, meeting up with Murray, ending the movie with a famous Dennis Leary rant. And Murray gets the girl on the boat.
And I'm going to take all your pieces and put them in a big fucking cannon. Sorry. I can't even do it justice.
Yeah, I mean, Dennis Leary rants are, you can't even try to do it. It's his thing. Yeah, they're all trying to cover up this whole shenanigan. Mother is not buying it.
Well, she's pissy about everything. Like anything that Judy Davis does.
She's a real bitch.
She's such a cunt.
You wonder where
Continuing source of inspiration.
She is not a nice
you
lady.
wonder where fucking Kevin Spacey's character gets it from.
Right.
Yeah, I
Well,
mean,
he's such a pushover.
his mom is not a nice lady.
No.
Sorry,
But-
Lloyd. Your mother's a bitch.
Lloyd.
But then all of a sudden, Jesse's in hot shit, Jesse's been blackmailing. His lieutenant's at the door. And everyone's like, oh, fuck.
J. Jonah Jameson.
J. Jonah Jameson.
Yeah, that's the same guy who plays J. Jonah Jameson in Spider-Man.
Oh, yes.
So his lieutenant's at the door, and they have to figure out, how do we handle this now? And so
that was while the family was tied up.
I thought they went and tied themselves up. The parents retied themselves when they realized it was the lieutenant at the door.
No. That was when they were running and the cops. But
that was the cops. That's
lieutenant.
right.
The lieutenant came when the family was tied up after the whole argument in the living room, and Kevin Spacey smacks the poker against the Christmas tree, and they get into this whole argument. And Dennis Leary, and
I forgot about that part.
I
when
didn't.
He just beats the shit out of the Christmas tree.
Excuse me, the corpse still has the floor.
It's a good moment.
But I beg your pardon. Who do you think you are? Slipper socks, medium.
Yes, get it, Caroline.
But yeah,
fucking tell her.
Everybody, like Dennis Leary has brought this anger out of everybody, where everybody's fucking feeding to each other. But at the same time, it's what everybody needed, because everybody's been bottling this bullshit up inside and not telling the truth.
Right.
And he gets everybody to fucking tell the truth, including Lloyd and
Caroline.
I keep wanting to call her Christina. Her name's Christineth. Sorry.
Christina.
Caroline. But it's true.
He starts with those two, and then it kind of like it feeds. The energy feeds. Like they're done bullshitting.
Right.
Because this guy just had a fucking gun to our faces. Quit fucking lying. You're a fucking liar, Lloyd. Fucking liar. Anyway, it resonates through the entire family, except for Mom. Mom's never been a liar because she can't fucking keep a lie. Can't keep anything in to save her life.
She can't hold back.
Nope. Just fucking raging. Everybody gets frustrated with her.
Yeah,
I'm gonna fucking kill her, Lloyd. I'm gonna fucking kill her.
Ellie? Was it Ellie?
Your husband ain't dead, honey. He's hiding.
God, there's some really good one-liners in this. Mm-hmm. It's very quotable.
Well, and Dennis Leary and the director are really good friends, or they were at this time. Mm-hmm. And they had handpicked this script. They were kind of going through scripts that the studio had. They found this one, and they're like, this is fucking perfect.
Right.
This is Dennis Leary all over it. Let's start working on this. So the director and him started like, let's do this. Let's start casting. And Dennis Leary was the number one pick for Gus, because it was Dennis Leary who chose the script.
I almost feel like after this episode, we do need to figure out what the drama was with when it was released. Like if it was supposed to be the Christmas block,
and somebody fucked up.
Yeah, we could put that on
we
could put that on our Facebook after we find out. Because it couldn't have been shooting for the Christmas '94.
No,
so it got overshot from the '93 release.
Right.
So I think we need to look into both the '93 Christmas releases and the '94s.
Right, because maybe it was out of the studio's control. Maybe they were planning this and somebody bought out that spot.
Right.
Yeah.
Or
that's kind of what I'm wondering.
Or
just everything.
Somebody pissed him off and said, "You know what? Fuck you." Because that spiteful shit happens at the fucking top of the food chain.
Yeah.
Like, oh, Dennis Leary, you just called my wife a cunt. All right, look, your movie's in March now.
Well, just all these points you're making, like you were talking about, like him and the director getting together, handpicking everything. Like, obviously, this was intended to be a success.
Mm-hmm. And I think it was intended to be a Christmas movie.
And exactly. Obviously it was. It had to have been, right?
So something happened
and
to make it come out in March.
So, all right, anybody listening that can do further digging than we can, let us know. Hit us up on the socials.
What happened to the ref?
Right. Who did they piss off?
Yeah.
Because it does no justice for any of these actors, even the creepy ass Kevin Spacey. Like me myself as a '90s child and Tessa as a '90s child, obviously, I've heard of plenty of movies that we've never would have been younger for, but we never even heard of it because.
Right.
Probably because it's low profile.
Yeah, I had never heard of this movie until you brought it up.
Right. And I'm sure it's flashed in front of your faces before you, but you just never noticed.
Right.
So I'm very anxious to learn why.
Right. Me too.
What? Because it seems pointed.
Right.
It seems purposeful. Who did you guys piss off to make your Christmas movie come out in March?
Right. Was it Murray?
so
Because he didn't
awkward.
get enough time, but he actually happened to be the executive fucking
God,
producer?
That would be funny. That would be
funny.
funny.
I didn't look.
I do like Murray.
Murray's great.
Murray is great. And I like that he finds love on a boat at the end.
I'm a car man, not a boat man.
He is now.
Right.
So, should we go into the ratings or?
Yeah, why not? Let's do it.
So, 1 point
I'm
being a
flipping
one and
him off.
done movie, a 2 point being this a watch occasionally, and then the 3 point being this is a own it forever, live on for life, show everybody.
Show everybody.
All right.
Oh man, so I'm gonna right.
Should Ben go first because it
Yeah,
was his
especially
pick?
since he just quoted Benny Boy,
Oh, Uncle Benny.
Uncle Benny.
Uncle Benny.
Okay, this is clearly a 3 for me.
Right.
I hadn't thought about this movie in so fucking long, but I saw it like when I was going through actors. Clearly went down the Kevin Spacey route. I know everybody's like, "Why did you choose Kevin Spacey?"
Because he's in everything.
He touches people in inappropriate parts. He's still a good actor, and I enjoy the roles that he's done. I enjoy the other actors in the movies that he's been a part of. The Ref is such a fucking sleeper hit. It's definitely a 3 for me. I love Dennis Leary's rants. I love the bickering between Kevin Spacey and Judy Davis. And even though Judy Davis looks like she's trying to fucking swallow New York.
Oh God, yeah.
Oh, Judy.
Are you a god?
She's
Poor girl
definitely
in that bad haircut.
painful to look at in that one.
She's a gorgeous woman. It's just not in
I just the first scene I see her because like I said, I just seen this the first time not that long ago, and I was just like, what we got going on here?
But yeah, my score is a 3. Who's next?
Tessa.
Okay, so I too really liked their bickering was so quick. I think the pacing of this film was really great for me. I give it a 2.
Are you a god?
I give it a 2
No.
because I think it is one that I would like to watch around Christmas time. Mm-hmm. I think it'd be fun to watch around Christmas time.
When your family comes over, I want to see their responses.
Yeah. We watch movies like this. Like last year, we watched Fat Man
Fat Man
around
is
Christmas.
Fat Man has replaced Die Hard for me as a Christmas movie. It's
Really?
Yeah.
fantastic.
It's a great movie.
Next season, if we get into anything Mel Gibson,
Yeah.
pick Fat Man. You will not be disappointed.
It's a great
Why
film.
am I very
Okay.
vibrant with my finger and I'm pointing and waving it around? I'm Nathan Lane. Ah! Next movie, sorry.
The next episode. But yeah, so it's a 2 for me, mainly because I can definitely see myself watching it like with family around Christmas time, laughing our asses off at the fact that like, oh, it's a Christmas movie, you know. And Dennis Leary is fucking hilarious. So I did enjoy it. I'm really glad that you brought it to our attention because I had never heard of this. I did not know that it existed until we did this. Another great thing about this podcast. It's a 2. It's a rent occasionally. I can definitely see myself watching it again, but it's not something that I would go to all the time. There you go.
So this movie had me have a lot of different feelings. Obviously, we've stated, I've said this earlier, is I can't believe I've never seen it before. I thought it was intelligently done, but it was basic at the same time.
Yes.
Like, obviously,
Very-
this episode, we didn't really talk a whole lot about the movie itself because there's not really much to analyze, in my opinion.
No, there's not. It's
you
a
watch
very
it,
basic
it's-
90s movie.
It's face value. It has its funny moments. Dennis
a
Leary is great.
straightforward.
Like I said earlier, I'm glad he was more in the light with the movie, and all his roles I had seen prior, he wasn't. He was more of a side character. Yeah, I enjoyed it, and I believe it's a solid 2, and it is a watch occasionally. But I think I'm going to be watching it more. I think I'm going to watch it a couple more times because it is quotable.
It is
And
very
it's one of those
quotable.
movies. Like I wish, I'm one of those type of people that'll like randomly say, like somebody will say some random movie quote, and then I'll start saying not providing from there.
You and I at work all the time. Like you'll hand me something and you'll be like, "Here, kill him with this."
Yeah.
Then I'll know exactly what you're talking about.
What
So
was it?
I understand what you're saying now with about. I
But
just looked at your
It
dick.
was just one of those movies.
Look
where-
at that dick. Sorry, it's
nothing
bulging.
there.
It's bulging.
I'm not looking.
It's like you ever
nothing
seen
there.
Swiss
I'm not
Army
looking at
Man?
this.
Have you ever seen Swiss Army Man? If I
There's
fucking
nothing there.
hit his dick, it's gonna fucking. There's something projectile about to fly out of his mouth. Anyway, go on.
Anyway.
Nice dick.
I'm not looking at your.
Sorry,
penis.
he's wearing gym pants, right? Or gym shorts right now, and it's like the spandex is really popping. Popping the bulge.
You're not Hank Azaria.
Right.
He's not a Hank Azaria, but
I
still impressive.
Right.
Anyway, keep talking.
But yeah, no, it's a solid 2. I will definitely watch it more frequently in the coming months. I am definitely gonna have my wife watch it. Like, hey, dude, this, yeah. Anyway, my nephew.
Hey, the way you're talking, this isn't a watch occasionally. I'm gonna watch it a few times in the next few months. This is fucking. You're gonna own it. Just own it. Just own it.
You can give it a 3. It's okay.
I don't necessarily. I can't. I don't know if I want to give it a 3, just because it's gonna I'm gonna one and done it with some people, and then I'll probably never watch it for a long time.
That's what you do. That's what you do with Own It's.
I know, but that's why
this is such a complex list.
It is. It's a controversial rating system because your 3 could be her 2, and vice versa. Like,
right.
But that's the beauty of it, in my opinion. It's how you view it.
It's all about the fun.
Yeah, how you view it yourself.
Look what I can do.
Like, so in my opinion, this is a 2. Right now, for the foreseeable future, it could be a 3 for me. Like, probably I'll end up owning it on my Amazon account, no doubt. I think future Eric,
so quotable.
It will be a 2.
So anyway, I'd like to wrap this episode up, but first we got to explain how we're getting to the next episode.
Yes, and it is my pick.
Yes, it is. What are we choosing?
So we are choosing The Birdcage,
which is a fantastic. Nathan Lane is his fucking finest.
Yes, Nathan Lane,
God,
Robin
yeah.
Williams, Hank Azaria, Christine Baranski, who we are following from The Ref,
And Gene Hackman.
Yes,
You can see
Martha
Gene Hackman.
Gene Hackman.
Gene Hackman in drag.
Beautiful.
I know, that's a very
Fantastic.
big spoiler, but if you haven't seen the movie, it's from 1996. Ask your parents.
It's
Ask
the
your
bird-
parents, honey.
Of course, I'll elaborate a little bit more when we get into the episode. But The Birdcage is one of my favorite movies of all time. My mother showed it to me, and I cannot wait to talk about it.
And that's been another Fun Facts by Tessa.
And that's a fact.
The Birdcage.
Okay, bye.